All right. Hey, I was getting myself lined up here. Sorry about that. God bless you, everyone. Uh, Alan with great prayers every time. Thank you. Uh, Jamie or Babo, praise Jesus Christ. All thanks to God. Definitely. God bless you, John, and all joining in today. God bless you right back, Alan. I think we owe him prayer or 100 there for everyone in here. Jamie got good day, John, and everyone from Benjamin and Jamie. All right, Benjamin and Jamie, God bless you both. I miss you too. Great to see you. All right, Mike. Uh, good day, table flippers. Oh, whoop. What a great way to say it. That's really what it's about, actually. That's a very succinct and astute way to put it. Thank you. George, good to see you too. Um, Pamela, greetings, Sean. God bless everyone joining today. Well said, Pamela. Uh, Reina, table flippers is so true. And that's our job, isn't it? To flip the tables because they have us, flipping the tables means not just, hey, that thing in the Bible. It's such I love it because, it's a turnaround, right? Like Uno turnaround card. Oh yeah, but what about you? Oh, that's for me. Well, that's karma. Boop, boom, flipping the tables. That's the law. The underlying law really is table flipping. That do something out there, it's coming back on you. Yeah, that's really good. Jay Baba. Yeah. Uh, I feel very blessed to be here in this backyard. Hopefully they'll be ripping up for too long, putting in a septic, but it's going to be a while. Um, and so on. A lot, you know, it needs some things here, and it's going to happen. I everyone that gave a donation, I couldn't help. I couldn't do this without you. There's no way. Like it's impossible. Like they make the game impossible for me, and then you come along and everyone else, making donations that I'm helping and serving and so on. That's I got to do it, and therefore that exchange makes it so I can live. So I I really appreciate it. It was so helpful and meaningful and timed well. Because I named this one Knock for a Loop because some things in our script are so difficult. Our suffering, yours and mine. Uh, it's pre-scripted. It's very difficult. And sometimes those things that happen to us knock us for a loop. That's the saying. You heard it, and we're in a loop. So you don't want to get knocked for another loop, right? You don't want to be ungrounded by something that happens to you and make you have to reincarnate again. The whole goal is no, no, no. I'll find out amount of time. Truth will get me out of here as long as I'm making my choices day to day according to the truth. I'm not a dummy. You're not a dummy. Oh, this is the truth. Okay, well, this is what you do. It becomes very simple, but uh, they have us going through such turmoil at times. Uh, that's where the phrase comes up, knock for a loop. So you get so in turmoil from, what you're uh, have happened to you that you can get ungrounded, which is good. It messes up your harmony from where you are, and you want to get past where you are, and you want to go to God, right? Oh, okay. And something has to happen major to do it. Yeah. So you get knocked for a loop. Oh, okay. So does that mean you end the loop, or you're going to have another one? You know what I mean? So, or does it just mean you know about the loop? Oh, what? There's a loop. Uh, so I really, oh, boy, I really am still on the fence about saying this, but I feel like I have to be honest and true because everyone is honest and true to me. And you know, ask what's at play in these situations and stuff. And it's the most difficult situations that really where we have to choose our actions wisely when we're pushed to the edge, and it's not easy to choose actions wisely, you know? So that's why the truth, you don't want to have, you don't want them to be able to push a button and get a reaction and put you off, tilt. You don't want to tilt in the game. It's like, oh, the machine's broken. No, you're tilted. No more progress. You don't want to get tilted. It's okay to tilt. It happens, like you go see God, you tilt. Like, am I going to see God or am I just nothing? But we get, I guess I'm talking about suffering is can be so acute sometimes from what we have to deal with because this agreement, hey, God, yeah, get me out of here, this loop. You know what I'm saying? Get me out. I was like, what did you just say? Okay. So it becomes things that you would think not some people suffer through them, and it's very difficult and it changes them. But with the truth, it can change you to a better understanding of the situation in God and how to handle it. Okay. Let's see sorry. Frank is here. Great. Greetings to all. J Baba. Praise Jesus Christ. Well prayed. Thank you. Raina, what will happen to the rest of the people? Their memories will be deleted or actually will die and be born as babies again. Yeah. What about the planet? Yeah. Uh, will we be flooded or some disaster? There will be disasters. There has to be, you know, things have to get worse in some ways, or else somebody's going to be like, hey, God help. Ah, like that has to happen. Uh, it's a finite game. And when you're watching any game, it's like, oh, what's going to happen in the end? Who's going to win? You got to keep your attention on it. The tension, attention from tension. Uh, but no, that's a good question. But what happens when you go see God every night? You don't know you're going to see God. Your memory is wiped. You go to sleep. You wake up refreshed. You went with God, but you went to God in the form of the not knowing God. You're trying to wake God up. You're trying to have full consciousness. Oh, I remember. Hey, everything. What? I'm part of God. But that's what you're supposed to bring back your experience here that brought you to God. Oh man, because we're without God now. There's no way. Hey, there's God right there. No, can't. Invisible. You can see that God is here, created here. I point out all the truth and everything. But can you see? Hey, God. Hey, dude, how you doing? Right? You're getting a bad rep out there. No, God is not here, right? Visibly. Hey, God, we can only achieve Christ consciousness. We can become one with God. The players of the game can take actions, and their actions can achieve the ultimate goal here, and that is get Christ consciousness. So, what if you didn't win the game? Is Raina's very good question. Well, I would never think like that. First of all, don't ever think like that, right? That's not us. What like don't ever, you know what I mean? Like who cares? Basically, who gives a crap? Who cares to those who lose the game? Who cares? I don't care. I'm not here for them. Not really. You all are gonna be stuck here. You're like, you know, oh, I stepped on an ant today. So what? Like, I don't care. I'm here for the people that want to get out. And I don't really I'm kind, I think, to the rest of the, you know, ones that can't choose the truth and do the right thing. I think I'm pretty lenient with them. Of course, I'm the one that swings the sword, so they all die. But it shows the right guy. And so I have to suffer enough to swing the sword of judgment. I was given it, so it's what's done against me determines people's actions. Mainly, Son of Man. In other words, hey, guess what? I wasn't born in a body. What? I had to tell my mother, tell you, tell everybody it's the truth. And that's why I'm treated so, weirdly in a family. Like I didn't come out of a woman. So that woman don't really, why would she care that much about me? It doesn't, the experience did happen. If you've been through that experience, you're completely bonded to your baby, so that didn't happen. So when Jesus said that thing, Son of Man, it's like, hey, I'm here for everybody. Didn't come through a woman, so I'm not really son of anyone. Like I'm son of God. Like, yeah, I'm in a body, so are you. And also, a whole bunch of others didn't come through women either. They just popped in here in the beginning. So I'm talking about these generalities. I think if you watch Matrix, I think it's Revolutions, where Neo, like that scene in the train, he's underground, and there's a nice Indian family, and they have to. Shakti is the name of the daughter, who's named after the Indian women's tradition of if your husband dies, you know, since you're serving to your husband, who's the one who's in the spiritual hierarchy connected to God, who you chose, cover yourself in gasoline and self-immolate. You light yourself on fire. So that's where the name of the character in Matrix comes from, Shakti. She's the main character in the moment of, uh, they show in Matrix, I think it's Revolutions. They show, I think it's the third one, something like that. I don't know. But they show there's a big major fight scene outside, and Neo fights Smith, and the whole world changes, and it's like a mess. There's floods, and the lights have gone out. There's a giant hole in the ground and stuff like that. But there's some sidewalk, and anyway, Shakti's walking, and there's a black cat next to her that in the Matrix films, it has you realize they talk about deja vu when the black cat's there. So deja vu is the character Black Cat for the movies. So they're saying deja vu, which is there's a black cat at Shakti, right? And she lays down on the sidewalk and goes to sleep, and the whole scene resets. It's now, there is no big fight scene or anything. It's all new. Blah, blah, blah. And you just see it go across the screen. No, 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 no. Done. And Shakti's asleep and wakes up like, oh, because you can't kill yourself and not come back, obviously. So you're coming back. That's a guaranteed comeback. And that's what happens. Like I have been saying, you do it every night. The same thing's going to happen. You're not going to know any different. You're going to wake up and be like, hey, you have all your memories, thoughts implanted. You know who your mother is, your father, what you're waking up the day. It's just like one more day, but it's your first day, but you would never know that. So that's how it's going to go. I've been saying this right along. It goes every day. Every day you're when your memory's wiped. Where was I at night? I think I had a dream. I can't wait. I had a dream when I woke up, and whoop, wipe. Shoom. Memory wipe every night, memory wipe every night, every single night, memory wipe. But you wake up and you're like, still you. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you're going to wake up and who are you? What's your name? What's your actual name? You're given a name when you get here. Okay, but what's your actual name? Where did you come from? That's who am I? Whence and whither? I talked about that. Whence and whither. I did a whole show on that recently. Whence and whither. You should look that one up right now. But yes, very important. I mean, about our kids and people that we love. Yeah. How to help people to surrender to God and don't be afraid. I'm working on it. I've been working on that for a long time, especially hard since I met with God in 2017. I'm like, hey, your job is to know the truth and tell everybody. Okay. All right. I'll totally tell them. Okay. Well, have fun with that later. Can you come back? Yeah. No. What to do. And when you know the truth, what to do. Very hard. And I'm going to go over some of that today, I hope. That's a good question. But a lot of characters come back as the same character. They identify with what their character is. Think about the Baba Mandalay, the way they say it. Oh, we don't want to it to be our last lifetime. We want to serve Baba. We want to come back for him. Well, he wasn't here, so it's just the memory implants, the stuff they because they know it's fake. And when I tell them to their face, and they just walk away like, "Oh man, you destroyed my character, my reason to live." I'm like, "That's your character's not your reason to live. That's your prison sentence. What do you? That's Stockholm syndrome for everyone in here, especially the other team and the people. Everyone. What? Everyone has Stockholm syndrome. That they think their enslaver is, hey, the devil's got my back. Yeah, now, yeah, you got a chain in your back and you ain't leaving. That's about it. Uh, Sanskara is that Mayor Baba uses that term sanskaras. It means desires, right? So if you still have desires outside of where's God, get me out of here. If you have desires outside of that, true desires, they need to be met. They need to be lived through and completed. Okay, didn't get them done. You still have desires. Like, you think this whole illusion still has something for you? Oh, well, come on back. I have friends, you have family. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, all right. Let me interject now. My thrown for a loop, right? Not for a loop. I don't even know if I can say this honestly. I really don't know if I can say this. I'm gonna try and say this. It's very hard. Y'all are very honest with yourselves, and you know, bearing your soul and keeping it real. Uh, I try to be too. So, in honor of that, uh, I did hear this week that I am a grandfather, but won't be seeing any grandson or daughters or anything like that. I just got the news. Hey, your daughter did not die, although that was the case for sure. But there is a grandson. I'm like, why did you call me? If I can't even see them, why call me? Why would you? Why call me? Like, it's I for anyone that doesn't have children or grandchildren. I don't know, but for me, my work is like Raina's question is from the heart. What about friends and family? I say, and I actively, with my work and what I say and what I do, I tell families that children need a mother and a father. Like, that's your job. You brought them in, and that's what you do. Uh, I think in America, and I don't know about other places, but in America, it's very hard to be a father. It's extremely difficult. Like, the courts don't care about what happened. They don't care about what you did. They don't care about none of that stuff. There's a woman, they give children to a woman. Maybe that's changed, but that happened with my children. It don't even matter that she wasn't even around for a year, that she's with somebody else, she's going to have another child. None of that stuff matters. None of that's women's behavior never matters in America. It just does not matter at all. You could do anything as a woman, pretty much, and take children from a father and make it so he's never in children's life. And my entire family supports that, even though the mother been dead for many years. So see, I. It's not that, hey, feel sorry for me, but listen, you want to bring to the truth to your family. What if they say no? What if they deny the truth? What's going to happen to them? They're going to fucking die. You see what I'm saying? They're definitely going to go through illness. They're going to go through problems. They're going to die horribly. You know what I'm saying? If you actually bring them the truth and show them the truth and stuff like that, you're going to be forced to witness the outcome of their bad choices and your intervention. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to bring them the truth and be like, hey, guess what? And the truth sets us free, but guess what happens to the rest of them, right? Like, there's going to be turmoil. And oh, you're going to go with the devil? Oh, okay. You're going to go with illusion. Going to go with what's fake. Karma is like, dharma's the law. Your actions, your choices, what you do or not do. I'm not going to act on the truth. I'm not going to go for, oh, what's going to happen to you? Acts 5 in the Bible. Like, you don't think that matters. Oh, okay. So you're going to die. You're going to, all this horrible stuff's going to happen to you because God loves you and is trying to bring you to God, and you're not listening. And that's going to happen to, my entire family, my children too. All of it. It's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. How much proof do you want? There's a limit, when what's my job? Creating miracles that are replicatable by anyone that chooses to follow through on the actions. If here's a way to get to God. Oh, you don't know. Well, what happens when you say no? You head the other way as fast as you can, especially if here's the truth. Heading the other way, one or the other. You're at that moment, that individual is getting on a train that's moving. Right? Okay, stop to the station, make a choice. On you go. Right? That's what happened in a train station with Neo and the reset Shakti. Like, which one do you want? You're going to the truth, or you're going back to the game? Which one? You want the illusion or you want the truth? That's it. There's nothing else for people to do. Why would you be tied to lies? I don't see. It's not in my nature. So, but it's in almost everyone else's nature. You know what I'm saying? So, Rena has better understanding. Frank, the hive mind. Yes. Alan, I think the name of the Matrix train was Loop. Oh my God, I did not know that. So good. Yes, that makes sense. How do you think sanskaras relate to karma? Well, you have to, wherever you are spiritually, you have to get to, I just want God. You have to do other things. Like, what is love? Love is duty. Love is duty. It's not how you feel about someone. It's your duty. As I've explained, that what's the ultimate thing? What's the ultimate thing of, what's the ultimate action of love? Sorry, what's the ultimate action of love that you can do for someone? Tell them the truth. Well, yeah, but oh my God, it could kill them. Yeah, it could. Or could bring them to God. So your proof, hey, I'd sign this trust. Hey, guess what's going on? Hey, all your proof. You become, a vessel of truth, and how you do what your actions are, that you save proof. Why you save proof? What do you need proof? You don't need proof. You save proof because you love others. You care about them. Hey, my love of my family. Hey, guess what? That problem you're having? You don't have to have it. Tax problem? No, you don't have to have it. That on and on and on. We become solvers, right? Hey, here's situations come in front of us, and and where do they come from? They start coming nonstop. When you come to the truth and you accept it, you become, hey, hey, get out there with your debit and credit symbol. Get out there with the truth and see which way they're going to go. Let's get some souls on either side of the line, right? Get them on either side of the line. You can still cross, but when you do a baptism, Jesus says, and sin no more. Yeah, if you're still sinning, you're not forgiven. You're forgiven when you're like, oh, what? I know the truth. I shouldn't have been doing that. You guys tricked me into doing that. That's not me. And you sin no more. What? That's what's going on? I'm not going to do that anymore. Sin no more. I'm not going to do what? You understand the repercussions. You understand the karma. If I do those actions, that means X, Y, Z. None of that's good. I'm not going to do that. I'll do things that don't have any, horrible negative outcomes that I know about, That's what you begin doing. So, sun scars are desires. And so you have to be here continuing actions until desires are gone. And then it's like, okay, what do needs are not desires? Like, oh yeah, I need to eat. Okay, go eat. That has nothing to do with sun scars. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're eating out of balance and stuff. You can, you know, and I don't mean out of balance like, hey, there's this perfect diet or something like that. But don't eat chocolate all day, every day. Like, just keep it reasonable, people, like uh just don't go into what everyone's given a character that has flaws. The body is flawed, the character is flawed, these things, the way we're created, the character has flaws. We must see the flaws, accept them. Oh man, I'm not going to do that anymore. And, okay, and then sin no more. Off you go, you're good. And then your karma is like even at that point, evens it out. If you have questions, you ask me, and it's like, oh, okay. And I try and explain the principle, because once you understand the principle and your heart is right, you're good to go. What, you don't need me. You have God. I'm gonna go with God. I'm do right from wrong. I'm not gonna do wrong. I know what's wrong. Life becomes that simple. Uh Jamie, appreciate you, John, so much. This is an incredibly hard game. It is an incredibly hard game. I can't stress that enough. Yeah. It, Jamie, I knew would be going through like what few of us have really, the you know there's no words to describe difficulties that we have to do if we really have done what needs to be done for ourselves and are really trying to show whether this is truth. Then the suffering comes for real. And so the hive is like, seal up the hive. I'm like, seal them up, put the whole game around them. And yeah, that's, yeah. So because we become, the ones that can have an effect out there. As I'm saying, I'm not having that much effect out. Look at how many people are on here after 15 years of the proof and all this stuff and going to different countries. And it was a joke. It's a joke. I'm glad I've gotten some, but I have to go to God like, hey, these are your creatures. What is wrong with them? Hell, I didn't make them. I'm just like, you made them. You made the game. It's so hard. It doesn't even, the numbers are like infinity's a concept. The numbers in this game are like concepts that it's like, how? It doesn't even seem possible. You're trying to grapple with numbers that are so far out of place. But that's what brings you to God too. It's like, wait, this is a gigantic, I can't even count size game for me, pretty much, and just a couple other folks here. Okay, somebody loves me to do all that. Like, that's quite a birthday party ongoing forever. What did you say? So we're obviously, God loves us to put us through this, to bring us back to God, to understand ourselves and God. It's very important to God, obviously, that we go through this process and correct ourselves, and then we can be back home. But it is such a hard game. Praying for my girls. Thank you. Yeah, Jay Baba. I struggled this week as much as I ever have. Joanne. All right. Going 5D energy and compassion for the world. Yeah. Well, somebody's got to have that. I'm glad you'll be here for that. Pseudoscience and particles, indeed. And some people are into that and will be returning. Here's one of them. So the title, Christ, name and title. If you look it up on Wikipedia, it's funny, at the top of Wikipedia, it says Christ, parentheses, title. Like, I had to point this out to people, but it says it on Wikipedia. Title. It's not like his last name. So, must know a lot about crystals, right? Am I right? Christ, crystal, you're under the crystal dome. I have been listening to that lately, and I want to tell you, the nature of crystal, the thought, and so on. Like, we're under this crystal dome, which is clear, right? You can't even see it. There's a crystal dome, and then there are holes in it that are stars, and then beyond it we see ocean. That's God, an invisible crystal covering, invisible, so clear, so untaintedly perfect of God that it's invisible. It's so clear, so perfectly clear, right? And our soul's up there in the clearness, right? And the thing that separates us from the clarity of that ocean, and that's our interface. Yeah, our soul is our interface. That's crystal is an interface between the ocean of God and this space down here, us. It's an interface. A chip in a computer is a crystal interface, not clear, black, a black colored crystal interface. Uh, you know, so you got a clear crystal and you got a black crystal. Which one do you think relates to which? Which one's the black hat and which was the white hat in the, you know, in the game? You see, you know what? Let's change the entire economy of all economies to building black colored crystals and hooking them up to energy. What did you just say? The dark crystal. We're going to replicate hell. Oh, great. We're going to put us under the black chips instead of, the invisible. Can't talk about a crystal dome that doesn't exist. Don't say it does. Oh, their behavior is pretty obvious. Their way we're bringing the demons through, and AI, right, is what they're bringing through. Is just, I mean, it could have. It just is repeating the script. So you're like, okay, wait a second. It's repeating the script. So Crystal repeats the script. Do you know? You can look this up on the internet. Some of you may know this. When I was a child, I was given a toy, like a science toy, that's called a crystal radio, and you can, with a speaker hearing device, so you plug in, connect to a piece of crystal with no battery or no electricity, and change radio stations by listening to a crystal with no outside power whatsoever. You can do that. The crystal is emitting information from the script. You can go listen. You can order a crystal radio. I bet you could still do it. They had them when I was a child, so I know they must still exist. And listen to what's coming through a crystal, literally coming through the crystal. You can listen to it and dial into what's on it in your area. For sure, you can. So the crystal is holding this information and emitting it into here. Lies and truth. If you hear the truth, if your vessel is untainted and God's grace automatically comes through, then you become connected to the truth, and that clear, perfectly clear information of truth. God is untainted. The untainted crystal, the untainted God, and the invisible God, you're clearly connected. Whereas they're clearly, basing basically most of our public and private economy on building black crystal chips and giving them energy to get the demons in here, which are so strikingly useless and stupid, incredibly stupid. Uh, you know, you can go watch. Who said? Maybe Dee Dee said. Dee Dee. Oh my God, that was such a good video of of all the professors ranting about don't send me AI papers. Your chatbot. They're being driven crazy by students sending in the stupidest. Like we reverted before kindergarten. You can't even. You know, oh, you spotted his AI. I spotted that. You're so stupid. You think that that was good writing? That I can't tell that's a bunch of demons? What? Like maybe you can't. That's obvious. You need to maybe go back a couple hundred grades. Maybe go back a couple hundred lifetimes. Wait, what? What did you just say? No, they have nothing useful. They just have the script to emit. And that's not useful. How's that useful? You could use the information of the script as, okay, that's not what's happening. So why would they be saying it that way? That's what I use the script for. Hey, why are you saying we're in a ball? Oh, okay. We're in a ball and it's spinning. Oh, okay, let's see. That's not true. So what is true? They're only lying always. So that's what we could use them for, a negative barometer. That's all they're useful for. Jamie, when lightning hits a rod is sand. It's black obsidian created from the strike. Diamond strongest, obsidian second stronger. Right. And, you know, Lucifer comes as lightning from the where? Like from the ether. So yeah, totally. Electricity hooked up to the black obsidian. Yeah, the black crystal. It's kind of obvious once you see it. Ah, Frank, I made one of those as a kid. Crystal radio. Exactly, exactly. It's true. You're like, what? What is this thing? You don't even know. You're like, that's cool. What the heck? And it just leaves your mind for them. But then later, this week I was like, okay, thanks for the suffering. What do you need to tell me? Like, thanks for that horribleness. So what are you trying to tell me? That's always what it is. Joya, God is, yeah, well said. Creator of everything, creator of the time loop. God is to blame for everything. All your suffering, God is to blame for all your suffering. God should be treated accordingly. Absolutely. God is the creator of all suffering. Correct. Creator, preserver, destroyer. Yeah. Creation inherently means you're destroying, right? If you're creating something, that means the thing that was there in the picture before had to be destroyed. And if you create something, you're like, oh, that's nice. You try to preserve it. But all three are inherently within a creator, inherently. So let's see. Oh, it's really hard to design a test situation for testing the name of God. It's hard. It's not easy. I was thinking, hey, I'll get some fake buddy, and looks like real buddy, and just go get some envelopes from the bank. Hey, can I have some of the envelopes at the bank? Right, they give you money and send those white envelopes. It's like, hey, I wish I had one of them fat ones, and just leaving one of those with like the name of God on it, and put in some fake money which looks real, and just plop it down in front of the camera somewhere near the beach where everybody's going all day, every day, and just film it. It would be so easy. Take 5 minutes. Somebody be walking down there, especially in snowbird season. How easy is it? It'd be so easy. So, but then I was like, well, but it's not real money. So is it protecting anything? It's like, well, it's protecting their karma. It's protecting them, right? It's protecting them from picking up phony money and bringing it to the bank or something like that. It's protecting them and saying, hey, don't touch this. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to touch this. This is dangerous property of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's not you, don't take it. So, anyway, I think it's a relatively simple thing. I have a bunch of stuff I got to be doing here. That shed's got to go. Entire yard's got to go. I sent it a check. Thank you for that donation. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And we're gonna do something. They haven't cashed a check yet, but I sent it in on Tuesday. Uh, I got the estimate on Wednesday night. I'm like, here, it's coming to you. So I really appreciate having you know light at the end of the tunnel in that direction, because tunnel keeps tunneling no matter what. So anyway, thank you for that. So I don't know. I was thinking I might just do a really simple thing like that with some fake money and just like go to Siesta Key or, you know, where there's a giant amount of traffic in and out or whatever. You can just set the camera up over there and so many people would just film it. Like, and just see if the name of God does stop anything or if it doesn't. Just let it go, whatever, move on to other things. But if there is no solution here, I feel like how I feel now. I'm unrestrained and unrepentant in praying for. If you're not with God, I pray for your death. Hey, you don't want to be here. You don't want to accept the truth. You don't want to live God's in godliness. You don't want to live in the side of the line that, hey, you want to live with God. You want to follow the rules over on that side of the line. You don't want to do it. Oh, okay. It's a game. Like, we're in a game, and so it's to the death. Yeah, I'm fine with death. That's my favorite thing to do, actually, is to die. Hey, there's God. That's my favorite thing to do, without exception, by far, is dying. There's nothing comes close to how nothing is as close to excellent like that. Nothing. Everything sucks to you by comparison. Except you got to go meet with God again, and He's like, okay, here's orders. See you later. It's like, wait, that's impossible. Okay, thanks. But so we're here to spread the truth and help people, but not, you know, Jesus Christ is the way and that's it. No, what else you got past that? Like, what have you figured out? That's because listen, if you another way to go with the public, like uh you see these videos out there like name three countries. So what if you can name three countries? Don't you know your slave plantations, you dumb slave? It's like, yeah, who cares if you know the slave plantations, honestly. Yeah, you didn't remember him. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It doesn't. Who cares? Honestly, like once you get to the end of it, what that slave plantation, India's like that. Yeah, whatever. They all kind of have little differences, but they're just slave plantations. That's never talked about. That's the main thing. Is their commonality, not their differences. Their names and stuff like that. It's one big slave camp. Oh, that's not cool. Yeah, that never. But I was like thinking you could be like, name a hidden truth that you've uncovered that no one knows. That's, we all share. Name a hidden truth that you've uncovered that no one else knows. Yeah. Okay. What is it? Would anyone ever have anything to say ever in the history of humans? Would anyone ever have anything to say? Ever? So in answer to that, you know what I'm saying? I could go on for I I'd be like, I need something to eat. Like I could go on. I can go on and on and on. And it's like, you know, to my mouth is somewhere in here goes the crystal unpowered and I get the information. Just like a crystal radio. Hey, he's Crystal. Hey, Crystal Head. What's happening on W God? What's playing on W God channel? I'm like, hold on a second. That's it. Hey, Crystal Dome. I'm like, what? uh Illusion. Oh my God, that's beautiful. You help us when things are heard. You can see it. It what heart? Yes, I can see it. That's true. And that's I get the hard information first. I'm like, gut punch. Oh, thanks. Hold on, let me get up. Yeah. Uh I have a few things here. I don't want to mess up my notes, but I want to keep you current on what's coming through the crystal. I want to keep you current. Like I can hear that radio. So, oh hey, something came over the shortwave. Let me tell you, that's what it's like. It's weird. I'm listening to the crystal radio. I think it's really important because even though people think they're not programmed, it's almost impossible to not be programmed. It's almost impossible because you're thinking of time before 1969, and that's not what you should do. You shouldn't do that at all. You should look at human behavior since 1969. What that's all this happened to humans. So what's happened in America? We have a great wealth here, and we're in America, so that really affects us. So what's going on in America? And Canada is very similar. So okay, what's happened in North America? That's our situation, right? Okay. Well, 80%, more than half of marriages end. So, and who initiates them? 80% of the time, the woman does. So, they're returned to their biological nature, basically, that God abused them with. And so, we're not supposed to be completely run by our biological nature. We're supposed to accept it. I'm in my body. I'm not just an eating machine. I'm in some game here. I got to get ahead of it. It's not just we are our biology. That's the animals. We don't. Uh, so it's natural in current biology now, males and females through animals, most of them. And I don't know why it is, but I'm not saying anything derogatory about women, but I, I'm not. I'm trying to describe our situation, our difficulties, and what we need to keep our mind on. Okay. So I am focused on children. You know, somebody asked me the other day, like, what's the point of marriage? I'm like, children. And they are like, love. No, it's love. It's like, no, what? Love is duty. Love of children is the duty to those children. That's being loving to children is your everyday duty. That's how you love them. I'm not happy in a marriage. You mean you're not following through with your duty and your children aren't doing well? Because that's the only reason you should be in a marriage. Duh. What's the purpose? My happiness is like, well, you're going to buy an emotion that comes and goes as to your duty to your own children. Obviously there's no heart in there, it's missing. So I think in nature, it's completely biologically correct for the female to find the best male, as say most of the females, sometimes all of the females mate with the male that's the top male. That's what they do. So of course every female would want to mate with me because I'm the top spiritual male. That is biology. And that's just you see what I'm saying? But biology is really sort of weirdly at play and not at play here. It's not visible to the players of the game is why I'm bringing this up because people are run by these things and they can't get control of them. It's already them. So it's normal for a woman to desire someone that's going to get them They have to commit, right? I'm gonna have a baby that takes 5 months. I gotta watch over him. That's 6 years. Like giant commitments. So the women are very focused on who would be the best mate to carry them through. Yep. So that's what they're focused on. So it's normal and natural. And what's happening in America, in the Western world is, you know, how many the there's like a curve of having sex, right? The average in America for a man is the average point of how many women have you had sex with in a lifetime is 5 for a man. Uh, for the middle part of the 50 percentile, down to 0. A lot of men, 0. And then what's the top of the other half of the scale? 150 is sort of normal at the top. So that means that the women are choosing still biologically, whether they're saying it or not, they're choosing to all basically have sex with the same man, like lions do, or elk, or deer. This normal, this natural. It's actually the statistics are proving it out, and I think it's Ohio is working on passing a law to do DNA testing at birth because it's something like 30% of children in marriages are not from the husband. So this is women's state. This is a female's nature, and it's playing out in reality, the biological nature. If you're an exception to this, you're exceptional. I'm trying to point out the overall numbers of humans during the loop is this. You see, and then what comes in at the day one of the loop, feminism, be like men, like they're putting men and women against each other, not allowing us to be men and women. That's let's go, to fight. Hey, it's not a harmonious way to go about it. Love means duty to children, period. To me, it doesn't mean another thing. Doesn't should you be happy with that? Oh, yeah, do your best and so on. But why would you have a child and not what? Does it But obviously that is off. That's the lie that, oh, hey, it used to be traditionally men and women were like this. No, history never happened. So there's none of that. This is what humans are. They're mostly run by biology like animals. Most everyone, most people. So that you're not doing that puts you, they're like animals. And so you actually can tell right from wrong and make decisions based on right or wrong. They have no morality, no ethics. They're just animals, basically. Most humans are just basically animals by the numbers. Almost everyone here is simply that. They're adhering, they're just acting like an animal. They don't care about their children. They don't care. They don't care at all by their behavior. Most. So if you're an exception to that, you're exceptionally spiritually advanced. You could see that, you know? Like I love and care about my children. I do the best for me. I didn't know I was in this game of, you know, steal everything. You're not part, I didn't know it was gonna destroy my life and everything. But that's part of the game if you're with God. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But that's the way it is. Let me check in here for a second. Both men and women are given impossible roles in the dome. Thank you. Yeah. All we can do is our best and give the rest to God. True. Biological process, quantifiable entanglements. God is a safeguard. It is true. So are your vows in a marriage, but if you ain't sticking to them, you're an animal. So what do you can't act on right from wrong. You act against right from wrong. And so we know where you're coming back to, right back to the animal dome as an animal, human animal, whatever. Uh, you can see it in their behavior. It's like it's so far off. It's reprehensible. I mean, there are more teachers in America who are women. I'm sorry, there are more women on OnlyFans there are women that are teachers in America. That's like their main job in America. Women just are nurturers usually, so they choose that job, but they're choosing to give that up to give into They're very difficult nature, right? Where's the word evil come from? Eve, right? Yeah, go with the serpent. Uh, Eve doesn't have the serpent. The man does between his legs, and then, yeah, give in. It's we must rise at least above animal nature to get out of the dome. Like, what? Come on, that's not a solution. We can help each other, yes, but not. That's not the thing that's going to run you, or else it's just going to run you right back. You can get knocked for a loop. Oh, I feel this. I don't feel happy. I don't feel. Of course you don't. You're not one with God. You're expecting a partner to give you what's missing when you're missing God. I mean, that's you're asking for something impossible in a partner. So that's not the place to look for that solution. If you're having if you're getting married, oh, we're gonna have children, and okay, then the duty you're gonna stay in. You're gonna help. You love those children. Remember where you were a child, you wanted a mother and father, and that's what made your world. And is you don't care? Okay, then don't get married. Don't have a family. If it is a duty for you, don't do it. If that isn't all it is, yeah, you should love the other person and care about them and stuff. But if you don't after a while, then who cares? That's not be a grown up. Accept what you chose. Love your children. That's why you decided to do this. If you love them, you're both taking actions. You love each other because you're doing the same thing. We care about them equally. Oh my God, we're gonna, do our lives for them. Yay! That's why to get married and have children. Come on, not that difficult. Become Christ-like, crystal clear vibes. Love your informed knowledge of light. Yes, no problem. Hurrah, 1313. John, what are your thoughts on eating sentient beings, aka animal flesh and blood, versus choosing not to kill sentient beings and maintaining a diet of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds? Well, I don't see most humans as sentient beings, honestly. They're stupid as rocks. They tell the truth and they don't follow it. So that's not sentience to me. It isn't. And down the ladder, nothing else. You know what I mean? So it isn't actually that much sentience. They're not smart or you're not, you know. But I look at it, Mayor Baba, I think said the answer to this one very well. It's much more important what comes out of your mouth than what goes into your mouth. I've spoken on this before. I don't kill sentient beings to eat. It's a thing that falls away naturally and normally, spiritually. It falls away. Some of it can be climate based though, because if you're in a really cold climate and you're brought up eating meat, like that makes sense. It's not, you know, like God made fruits and all this junk in this game. Don't give it undue importance, but the desire to eat meat and stuff normally it not normally naturally falls away because you begin asking questions, hurrah, like your well posed question. Oh, well, why would you do that? What's the point, right? Because you're taking on the karma of that, you know? So you're not trying to add to your karma. So you're like, oh, that weighs me down. Well, that's the karma that you're experiencing weighing you down. That's not good. So Mayor Baba, like one of Mayor Baba's disciples came to us and said, he was Mayor Baba said, okay, we're eating dal and rice, like lentils and rice. And he'd give diets, he gives strict, things to adhere to for certain periods of time and so on. And this one guy comes up to him and says, I'll get a big belly, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have a big belly because I'm not going to eat just, you know, uh, if you eat meat, then you don't have a big belly. You can keep you be better looking and stuff like that. Have more power and stuff. And Baba answers him like, "You're saying an elephant doesn't have any power?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's an animal like concern with your looks and your strength and stuff like that that goes along with that desire to eat meat and so on, they go together. You see, so it's that type of thought and thinking rather than being careful with, oh, hey, I don't want to come under the dome anymore. I don't really care. It's not gonna, I don't want to come back in the dome is below. I want to look good. You know what I mean? Like those are no, you need to switch that. See, so uh, I hope that puts the correct spiritual light on what to look at in that situation, which almost no one does. That's a really good question. Thanks for that, Jay. All right, good to have you, Jay. Uh, I Jack and everyone. I've been here the whole time. Good. I just can't type in. Okay, on the live. All right. Well, Jay, it's good to have you type it in. Glad you've been here. Thanks for your support. I too make a crystal ray. That's right. Yeah, excellent. So you know what's up. Rocks are smarter than humans. That's what I'm saying. Right? What? A stone age. Crystal age. Uh, George shows the temptation of leaving your kids for your soulmate. Your soulmate, my ass. Like, God is your soulmate. There's no, a human can't be your soulmate. No. Right, exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much, George. Right, because that's the lingo. I'm off to find my soulmate. Like, what the one with your children who has the little souls that came in as your little soul, your children. That's not the one for you. Like, okay, God, just isn't this where you hit it with the lightning and they explode? Why is that not happening? Oh, there's a date coming. Oh, okay. There's a date coming up when they all. Oh, okay. Finally. Why aren't they exploding? Right? Oh my God. Alan, can children under 8 then eat meat without taking on the sanskars and karma? Uh, it's not that much either way. Honestly, it isn't. So it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Children just should eat what they are hungry for. Their body knows. Like, here's a bunch of foods in front of you. That whatever they're chowing down on is what they need. So I don't I uh I don't think it needs to be quite as structurally limited as that. Although there's nothing wrong with uh leaning towards a healthier diet without meat in it. You know what I'm saying? But if they are naturally, you know, because they go through different periods of time when their bodies are doing different things in their brain, and they have everyone had like when children are small, they are going through these really big growing changes of all kinds, and food is what they're getting a lot for that to happen. So whatever they're feeling like they need, try and give it to them. Whatever because man, they love broccoli and rice or whatever they're chowing down on. You really try to stay tuned in with that, and that's what parents do. They stay tuned to their children's diet and like, okay, they need more of that, and what's like that? Okay, do you like this too? Okay, all right. So you could look for natural substitutes of that. Maybe, some meat, stuff like that may be more filling, or, you know, I know I do some like I eat eggs and dairy, so I do. Bear Mama was asked, "What's the perfect food?" And he said, "Milk. It is. It's the perfect food." So I think people give way too, like Bear Mama says, more important what comes out of your mouth than goes. I think people give way too much weight to diet. Yes, it's important, but it's also a natural process of where your consciousness evolves. You kind of go away from that, and you're interested in other foods. So, and that's a little child doesn't have to be that consciously evolved or anything like that. They just need the food because their body's doing this now. So, no biggie either way. Okay, Great questions. Oh my God, I love these questions. Young children really crave fresh fruit most, even in Canada. Maybe some are different. You know what I'm saying? So I just am saying, adhere to good principles of eating. Like, hey, you get fresh food, fruit, and you know how to eat good, but each individual gets tailored a little differently. You know what I'm saying? So, hurrah! To me, it appears that eating flesh and blood carries a lot of negative karma, especially consenting to the torture in a factory, farming, and slaughterhouses versus high vibrational food like fruit. Yeah, maybe. Except for that's none of that's necessarily true. What you just typed. Are there some ranches and chicken farms? Yeah. Are there enough to feed people? No, no. That's now organic means happen physically. Uh, Natural foods like you go, oh, that's not organic. Anything that's non-organic is basically pops out of the ether like a rabbit out of a hat. Okay, it doesn't. It's not. There are no slaughterhouses for most meat that's eaten. There aren't. There isn't. There isn't. There just simply isn't. There's not enough. Where the factories, where people eat so much meat in America and all these other places, you can't just say, "Oh, we get it from China." You can't say everything comes from one. And you can't go there to China. You can't see what's going on. Yeah, none of this story makes sense. You see, so it pops out of the ether almost all food. So it doesn't have these karmic entanglements that you're talking about. Oh, we're told that's true, but it's not true. It doesn't match up with reality. So that's what I'm saying. It really doesn't have as much a weight as we're told because once you understand reality, most of that's a lie. You see? Is some of it going on? Yes, yes. And what you're saying is true, but I'm saying that naturally falls away. So what? Milk comes from four karmatic mothers. The mother's neighbor. If mom can't produce cows, mother. Yeah, milk. Yeah, there's goats. Uh, totally. Jay, exactly. This is what I said. It's impossible for all that hamburger to be in every restaurant, every town. Thank you. It would be like, there's too much stuff here. Don't you get it? There's way too much of everything. Where are all the why isn't everyone everywhere actively engaged in making everything that we're using? It's too much stuff. There's no way. It's like it's just a 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, infinity plus 2 does not equal 4. There's infinite stuff. You're saying infinite plus 2 equals 4. No, that's not true. So that's what I'm saying. Reality and truth matters to us making decisions. Aurora, you brought up a good point, but see, the principles of reality are at play in every decision. You see, and sometimes we give things too much weight that have really not too much meaning once you realize the truth. Okay, Jade, your Denny's got all their stuff coming out of the ether. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. So it's not like nobody gets slaughtered. Like that didn't happen. Does that happen? Yeah, to keep up the look of the game and stuff. Yeah, but pretty rare. Alex, yes, sir. Good to have you, Alex. God bless you. Dee Dee, the cows are gone. That's what I'm saying. Even in Texas, where are the things? This is like we had all the cows here in this whole country. Like it's just fence after fence and nothing behind them. Yep. Yes, yeah, George John's old cornucopia video decoded is awesome. Yeah, true. That's a good one. Jay, Denny's is my favorite restaurant. At the last retreat, there was one at the top of the street from the AB and B house. Oh, right. That's good. Airbnb. That's wonderful, Jay. God watching over you. Didi, More YouTube videos on people eating McDonald's and biting on teeth. Yeah, this whole there's stories pop out of the ether, untrue. The food, it's just a mess over there. Everything comes out perfectly. It's like here, right now, picture of Jesus in every room is their recommended style or what we like, what you like, what you like. The second one, what you like, what you know uh, gives you a feeling of connection to God. This is a feeling. This is a feeling. You right from wrong is in the end. What is like God and what is it? Where's your truth? Where's you have your questions, your yardstick of truth? Yeah. Oh, you say that. Where's your proof? Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Yes. Definitely. 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 Jay. Yes. And Chase Bank was across the street from the daddies. Ah, God loves you. Okay, so I'm gonna check the list here and see. I was bringing up the timeline and women, men, and families and stuff. I think it's really important if you look at the timeline that exists and what's going on. It's like basically a bunch of demon infested, creepy, fallen angel type, and just go by the scriptures. There's so few of us here. I'm going to ask you. This is thank you for when I asked before. You posted Liberty Aid Academy out there, that stuff, and getting students and stuff. I appreciate that. Coming into another season right around between the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, ain't nobody care about God and the truth. It's just absolutely out of everyone's mind until January 1st because of all the crap I'm talking about, I'm going through with my family and stuff like that. They're coming at you. You know what I mean? Like we're so knocked for a loop during this time of the evil creatures, like calling the good ones bad, that we just it's just like they're so this is their most reprehensible time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like behavior goes off the charts of evil, and we're the ones that suffer from it. You know, because we're the ones adhering to godly principles. So we're the ones suffering. So if you could put that information out there, like I'd asked before, I'd really appreciate it till January 1st. It really is going to be the world. It's what makes a difference from me existing out here doing this and not, because every day that goes on, they try to hide me more and just the seasonality to it. And this is the worst part. It's like summer, beginning of summer is the worst, but then, like when the children are in school and stuff like that, you know, and you don't have to be with your family. And of course, like the Poe family is an exception. And I'm trying to point out how exceptional you are if you're an exception to this. You see what I'm saying? Like you together watching over children, you're the exceptions to this. You took your vows seriously, your duties seriously, and you're going to meet with God. You earned it. Try to point out this information and show the stark difference between you and what's going on out there. Okay. Not to call any of you out like this. Opposite, opposite, opposite. Pointing out reality of the illusion, the script, how you're so far different from it and preparing to exit. That's why I'm pointing this out. Okay. Uh, I really want to get into kind of principles of protection. I came up with a better name for like the free home stuff. Like, how can we be protected? The principles at play and breaking it down into the minutia, and that's why I think further testing is required. Like with God's name and stuff. I think that'll come out of testing. Is you know uh, principles of protection. I call it name of God with actions. Proof, all that stuff. So, we're gonna have a fake war, right? We're gonna have a fake war, right? They're gonna have the West versus China. That's what we're gonna have. Uh, it's not good versus evil, of course. It's slave plantation versus slave plantation. we're slaves over here, they're slaves over there. It's like, yeah, well, okay, hey, let's have a game of it. Like that's a fake, false. None of that's actually happening. Is fake. Is false. That's a fake game. The actual spiritual game is the one that I'm telling you about all the time that you're winning. Okay, that's what I have on my list for this week. I feel like dial into the piece of crystal. I'll put in your earpiece and I'll get you connected with Christ Radio, the crystal radio, and your prayers, your donations, and the coming of new students to like Liberty Aid Academy and their donations. So that's how I can continue. So, and that's the Son of Man. you know, are you going to treat him as your son or not? It's up to you. Some do. So, Poe family in particular, who you're watching, who reaps the most benefits. I'm trying. It's not ego, okay? It's just a super simple game, and I tell you how to play it. I don't know who's winning up here. Who's see God? Who's had see the existence of God? GD, Pamela. Come on, look at who's having these experiences and what they've done and why they've occurred. Okay, you could talk amongst yourselves too. You know, visit with each other. We're going to have a gathering. We'll talk more about it. Okay. Want it? I think again, May is a good time. Early May, stick with the cycle. My fake birthday around that time, whatever. Uh, we'll think about it that way. Give you more time. Sorry, I got knocked for a loop this week, and I'll be able to more focus on planning and so on in the coming weeks. So I'll just be honest about. I had to go through a bit of, there's they're not what you think out there. They're not like you and me. They're just not in any way. They're totally different. Looking the same, like all humans are one thing. No, we're in a totally different spot. Okay. Keep moving forward to God. Okay. The truth is your yardstick, and just keep making the correct choices, and everything will be okay for you. And you will see God. I don't want another thing for you that you see God and you meet with God. Those that have, that's a new foundation of their reality, and they are just stuck. Their compass is going to God and nothing else. That's all I want for you. You leave the dome, you know you're doing it. That's the only thing I want for you. Your support feeds into my desire for that outcome, which I'm connected to God. I tell God, that's who I want out of here. Meet with them. You don't think I'm saying the same thing you're saying? I am. That's my job. Hey, radio goes both ways. What are you up to up there? Let's go. Come on already. Right? We're short on time. Can I get another one up on here? Let's go. That's how I want to end it every time, that you're thinking like that. Don't let another day pass. Every day should be like, no, today. Be with you today. Today's the day. Hey, today's always in your heart. That drum beat is there to meet with God. It's our purpose for life. Okay. Our soul partner is God. Our soul, that thing in the dome, that light up there, go to God. That's it. Okay. And treat others responsibly, accept your duty, and do it in the meantime and leave. Okay. You can do it. You are doing it. So let's pray for each other and our success and meeting with God and, exiting the loop. Okay. I pray that you exit the loop and meet with God. I do. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, Bear Baba, Jesus Christ, the Angel Gabriel. I pray that for you. Are you listening? Oh, you should be listening, Son of God. Whoever's in here, how about today? Come on, God. I ain't playing. They're not playing. You're not playing. So let's do it. Okay. I beat it. I don't want anything else for you. It's the only thing that solves everything. Okay. Stay with that drum beat. Never, never change your beat. Only God will do. Okay. pray that for each other, and then we'll read your closing thoughts, and we'll see each other next week, okay? To be God. Yeah. Channel of the Crystal Ray. Yeah, that was true, right? Thank you so much, Rita. Your questions are great and really played into what's going on today. So thank you for that. Dee Dee, I think I also have severe failure. Everyone has a severe failures while we're in here, but you're you overcome the ego to accept the truth and the spiritual hierarchy. So you overcome what almost everyone else hasn't. That's why this is working for you. Just go be with God. Yes. Yeah, but you're really with God, so you're going to be here till the last day. We can't die because we're like, wait, I could die and just go? Yeah, well, yeah. But then it'd be just me talking up here. You'll go at the last day. It's all good. J Bob indeed, Dee. Jamie, thank you, John. God bless you and everyone in here. God bless you and help us. Thank you. Well said. Thank you, Jamie. Right back to you, girl. Mike, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Mike. Gabriel, yes. Unforgettable, right, Dee? Great discourse. Thank you, John. All right. Thank you, George, and your support and everyone who watches it later. Some people have other things to do at this time. God bless you too. And my prayers are for you. All right. I'll see you next week.